Welcome to this webinar. The title is Strengthening the Pharmacy Workforce with AI. This was supposed to be presented at the annual National Scientific Conference of the Association of Hospital and Administrative Pharmacists. Unfortunately, due to some issues beyond my control, I was not able to attend. I was prepared for it, but we couldn't attend. I tried to say whether we could do it as a virtual presentation, but unfortunately, that too did not work out. So I decided that let's get it done for everybody. So both people in AHAP and those of us who are not, and those among us who are not AHAP members, we can all benefit from it because we are all pharmacists and we're looking at the workforce as pharmacists. So the theme for AHAP's conference was around strengthening pharmacy workforce. So we are looking at it from the angle of AI and see how we as pharmacists can take advantage of AI in what we do. The subtitle is Building Skills, Systems, and Strategic Leaders for Sustainable Healthcare. So the idea of this is to see how can AI help us to build skills? How can AI help us to build system? And of course, how can AI help us to build strategic leaders that will help us with sustainable healthcare? My name is Gabriel Gambo Nmadu. I'm a pharmacist. I'm an AI educator. I'm a public health supply chain professional. So in this 1 hour or so session that we are going to have, I will take us through how AI can help us. Then we'll go online and also do demonstration on how AI can be used so that we'll see it practically. We are going to go across different areas, especially that's related to workforce, and with particular, we tailor it a little towards AHAP members, but as it were, a lot of things are similar across most practice. So there's one way or another that will be also useful to you. When we talk about skill, documentation, SOPs, and everything, it cuts across every pharmacy area of practice. So the agenda today is we'll look at the changing pharmacy workforce. We'll look at AI as how AI is changing work and not necessarily replacing pharmacists. We'll look at the practical demonstrations, which we are going to do last. We're shifting it to the last so that we're not jumping from slide to screen. Then we'll look at what are the AI competencies that you should have as a pharmacist. We're going to look at 10 different competencies. You see, when you talk to people about AI, they say, no, I know how to use AI. I use ChatGPT. I'm sure many of you have seen that AI is beyond ChatGPT. And for those people in the AI-powered pharmacist program, the 6-week practical program that we have, people are seeing a lot of new things. People are developing tools. People are building websites. People are creating SOPs. They are improving their deliverables as pharmacists beyond just using ChatGPT. So we are going to see what are the 10 competencies that you need to develop as a pharmacist. Then we'll look at what's the roadmap that will lead you now to actual implementation of whatever it is you have learned. And of course, we'll have a closing challenge where we are going to move ourselves to say, okay, we have gone through this. What do we do next that will make a difference? Okay. So now let's go start from the very beginning. Pharmacy, as we used to know it, has changed. A lot of things has changed in what we do. And it's in several different areas. And of course, even though the number of pharmacy schools, for example, in Nigeria is increasing, which also means that the number of pharmacists that are graduated every year is also increasing. We still have our shortage of manpower. Okay, all right. So what is actually within the 14 million people? But how many pharmacists do we actually have? More people are more enlightened now to seek orthodox medicine or medical treatment. So it means that everybody is coming in to find a solution to their problems as patients, and all of them have to come through us as pharmacists. So the workload is increasing. Meanwhile, we have a limited number of pharmacists. Then, of course, there are a lot of regulation. I see a different sphere of practice. Pharmacists have complained about sometimes over-regulation. So many things coming, you have to do this, you have to do that. So you have to begin to look at compliance. You have to look at documentation requirement. You have to look at the issue of CPD and all stuff to ensure that you are in line with the regulations that have been set for us. Then, of course, there's also higher scrutiny because patients are more enlightened. So they are concerned about outcome. So you don't want to be the person that they will use as an example when there's a mistake in what you do. So patient outcome, patient safety, and of course, reporting, all of these things are becoming more visible, or rather becoming center space. So you don't want to be caught in that web. So there's a greater level of accountability demanded of you. Then, of course, shortage, this is clear. If you look at the number of pharmacists per capita or per number of patients that they see, you will see that it's highly lopsided. And as a result, we are not even able to meet up with our duty, as it were. Many times, patients do not spend up to 5 minutes with us because the number of patients out there are many. So imagine that you want to do pharmaceutical care and you need to sit with a patient for a long time to ensure that that patient understands everything that he needs to know on all the medication you are giving the person. You know how much time we need with one patient. But see, you have a large number of patients and maybe 2 or 3 pharmacists on duty. You know, that is not practicable. So you have to devise means of just quickly giving them the most important information. So that's also an issue that we face as pharmacists. Then digital transformation is happening everywhere. And one area where it's actually very, very visible is in the healthcare. So new tools are coming, new systems are being developed. Then you are gathering a lot of data every time. And in actual fact, if you go to a hospital in the settings, the area where you are going to find a lot of data is pharmacy. They have little time to do other things. Or rather, we are spread across several things that we do in every time that we deliver service as pharmacists. Then, of course, there's rising expectation. Patients have more expectation. Employers also have more expectation. I shared in one of our classes, I said, I was in Umahia to deliver a training on AI. And one of the participants told me that his wife went to hospital and got a lab test prescribed for her. She did the test outside of the hospital and she got the result. And guess what? She imputed the data into ChatGPT and ChatGPT started giving her medical advice. Now, she may not take all of the medical advice or may not know what to do next or whatever, but at least she's enlightened. When she goes to see the doctor, she asks better questions. ChatGPT says, I should do this one. And doctor is saying something else. You will question the doctor. And because of Google search, because of Google search, many people are very enlightened because they read a lot of blogs and stuff like that. And that time it's a challenge. Now it's even a deeper challenge because unlike Google that they have to search and go through a lot of information to synthesize it, now it's giving them the actual information as it were. So see the lab test. You cannot go to Google and check. You have to check for each of the tests that you did to know what the interpretation is or whatever. But just taking a picture of that test result and inputting ChatGPT, it can interpret it, tell you what it is, tell you the implication and everything. So there's a higher expectation from this patient. So patients know more. Patients know a lot more. So you also have to be on top of your game. Those are the things that are changing in the pharmacy environment. And this actually cuts across several different areas, not only pharmacy, but because we're talking about pharmacy, we want to identify this. And of course, there are more. We just want to limit it to this field so that we're not taking too much time. So we cannot meet tomorrow's demand using yesterday's workflow. We cannot continue to do business as usual as pharmacists. So we need to change how we approach what we do as pharmacists. And that means we have to upskill, we have to learn more, which is also one area because new regulations are coming, guidelines are coming, research are being poured out for, in the research space. So new drugs are also being released. Some are being changed. A lot of things are going on, and you have to be up to date with all those things. So you see, the way you do business before as a pharmacist, you have to improve upon it and change as it were. So what can we do in this stage? We need to look at what leverage do we need that will make a difference. Okay, what leverage do we need that will make a difference? So patient load is increasing. I mentioned that. Documentation is also increasing. We are documenting. There, I created a tool using AI for visibility across facilities, and had to put into consideration the fact that at the facility level, people are you are giving report for HIV program, giving report for malaria. Every program wants their report. Every donor wants a report. Every area you just need. So you spend a lot of time on documentation. I had to consider that to reduce areas of documentation in that tool that I created to solve a problem in visibility for commodities at facility level. So documentation is rising. Technology expectation is also rising. Things are changing. Even you know that if you have to do a lot of things manually, you will not make progress. So some organizations have brought computers, so you need to learn how to use computers. You need to learn how to use Excel and any of those tools that have been put in that computer. Then the workforce is still small, it's shrinking. Then some are moving away from pharmacy into other practice. We have pharmacists now in telecom, we have pharmacists in the bank. I was one time in a bank too. Okay, and so on and so forth. And again, of course, the Japa syndrome. And I'm sure most pharmacists are actually waiting to Japa. So if all these are burdening us, what does it tell us? We need something to help us. So we need to get help. And one of the things that will help us do all this is technology. We need to employ technology to take over some of the things that we do. We need to stop being manual and go technology way. And one of the technologies that will also give us that leverage is artificial intelligence. For now, is the most practical leverage that you can use as you practice. I mean, there are other technologies that you also need to use in combination with artificial intelligence. Of course, I'm tailoring everything towards AI because from our topic, strengthening pharmacy workforce with AI. AI is a tool that we're going to use, and all of us are going to see how this makes a difference. So AI is changing the work. We said the workspace is changing. Now AI is changing the work also. However, many people fear that because AI is coming, it's going to replace pharmacists. No, it's not going to replace pharmacists. Yes, there was this Watson that was tested many years before even the general generative AI that's available to everyone, and it's more accurate than a lot of pharmacists who were tested along with it. Some of the work does dispensing, it does a few of those things, which are things that we normally do. And of course, it's not a crime if some of these robots or tools can take over some of the work we do, which are just manual work. Most of the work, the main work that we do as pharmacists is a knowledge work. It's not manual. Counting drugs should not be, if a machine is not counting drugs for you, you should not feel bad. You should be happy that now you have time to do other things. So Watson in those capacity was taking over some of the work that we need to do as pharmacists. But it's a good news because you now concentrate on jobs or tasks that only you can do as a pharmacist. Okay. So, however, even though AI is not replacing pharmacists, the pharmacist who uses AI effectively would replace the pharmacist who is not using. The pharmacist, I was speaking to the AHAPN conference and of course the webinar we had afterwards, and I said, if the next pharmacy is using AI to get work done faster, to support patient better, to get information quickly, to reorganize their workflow and everything, the pharmacy that is not using it will lose customers and clients because people get better results with this one that is more efficient because using technology. So AI has come to make that difference. Then even as individuals, you can perform better as a pharmacist. We are going to look at area of research. In the area of research, it takes a lot to come up with research paper. Today with AI, you do it more easily, more easily, and even faster. Okay, that gives you an edge. So if someone is able to use AI to deliver many papers, you that is struggling to have one paper, that person will outperform you when there's an opportunity where they have to weigh you based on the research you have produced. The same thing happens even when you're serving your patient, and also when you're even serving your medical practitioner colleagues. Because again, the healthcare team depends on you for drug information. So if they come to you and are not able to deliver, the person in the team that's able to deliver, maybe because he knows how to use AI effectively, will outperform the person that's not doing it. So you see, a person who knows how to use AI effectively will outperform the person who doesn't. And I want to also say quickly that we're not saying AI will replace your judgment. You as a pharmacist, you are supposed to pay attention to your work, which is the pharmaceutical care, using your knowledge. However, because you are human, you also have limitations. And some of the things, like we have said, you don't have enough time to get all those things out. So with AI, you can have access to those information as quickly as possible, and you can deliver the information that you need. Because, of course, whatever information that you get from AI, you need to ensure that it is correct. That's where your own knowledge and judgment as a pharmacist comes in. However, these tools will help you. This tool is not just, it's not dictated to you. You can also use this tool to learn. You can use this tool to synthesize. You can use this tool to, you can have a pile of information, maybe like 20 pages of a paper. I mean, how much time will it take you to read 20 pages of paper? A lot of them, you don't need them. With AI, you can learn that 20 pages of paper in 5 minutes. You can summarize it for you. You can bring the highlights for you, which means you learn more. Remember, I mentioned earlier that a lot of guidelines coming out. There are a lot of papers being released, research coming out. You need to know all of those, but you don't have time to go through all of them. With AI, you can synthesize everything and make it sizable, bite-size for you to use. If anybody who does that will become more knowledgeable than the person who cannot, because this person is exposed to more information than the other. So you see where AI comes in as a tool that will make you different. It's a tool that will make you different. So AI is a force multiplier for your judgment. It's not a replacement for it. In the AI-powered pharmacy program, we always emphasize that you must give the judgment before you pass it across. We actually created even a framework where patient is the key. AI comes in just to modify other things to serve the patient. So the interest of the patient is very, very critical. So you have to come in as human in the loop. Okay, so I'm emphasizing this because some people have this. When I was presenting in apps conference, I asked somebody who hates AI. Somebody was raising AI, and unfortunately, this person using AI to do a lot of things. I want to believe that she was just joking or trying to catch fun, as we say. Okay, but be that said and done, there are people that are opposing AI as it were, instead of partnering with AI to get the best of it. Everything on earth has its own disadvantages also. But when you weigh the advantage versus disadvantage, your use of it determines whether it is good or bad. And over time, AI has been found to be good, so much better than the bad that will come out of it. And the bad that will come out of it is see human. Humans are also bad as they are. Human beings, all of us, we are bad. So do you say we should eliminate humans because some humans are bad? Okay, all right. So I want to emphasize this so that you look at AI from a different perspective and as a tool, a partner that you need to use to make your practice get better. So what does AI does best? What do pharmacists do best? We need to understand this because, again, we need to create this so that we bring AI and we bring AI. Okay, so when it comes to AI excel at processing information. I mentioned earlier that you can give AI a document that's 20 pages, 50 pages, 100 pages, 200 pages. It will analyze it and give you what in it without missing anything, no mistake. I'm sure you must have heard of AI hallucination. AI does not hallucinate on the document you give it. It is when it's gathering information or thinking on its own that it gets to the point that it may hallucinate. But when you give it a document, it goes into that document and brings things and can give you insight from whatever document is able to bring for you. Okay, so AI can process a large quantity of information more than you can. It's not an insult on us human. That is what it's trained for. It was built to do that, and it does it better than us. Does it faster also, and can bring even, you can even see patterns that we don't see. I wrote on LinkedIn a few days ago, yesterday, first, I can't remember. I was saying there are things that we miss. There are patterns that we miss because they happen gradually. But when you bring the data and you supply it to AI, AI will see those patterns and make a difference and tell you this is what is happening and can give you suggestions. When I was speaking to the ACPM people, I mentioned about when you are reordering. This also happens in hospitals when you want to reorder for commodities. Are you just reordering because you feel, or are you reordering because there's a data that is backing you? And now if you have to analyze the data, maybe you need to have excess skill, and you may not have excess skill, that becomes a problem. So you just look at gut feeling and say, okay, I think we used to consume this a lot, let's get this quantity. With AI, if you can implement this tool. The other time, you can build your own tool in your organization that you can input this data and AI will analyze it and give you. There are AI that also are now also inputted into Excel. It has a data and it can give you all those things with the formula and everything with a snap of a finger. Okay, so AI can process information and even see the things you cannot see. AI can help you summarize, like I mentioned earlier. AI can help you draft. If you want to write something, it might take you maybe 30 minutes to write a post or write a letter or write a report or whatever. With AI, you can get that done in less than 10 minutes. Okay, I mentioned that there is data. I can also pattern recognition. I also mentioned that. Now, many of us, one time or another, are served as secretaries in meetings. Today, you don't, and okay, and when serving as secretary, many times you don't have time to listen. You are not able to participate well in the meeting because you are taking notes. So much of your attention is getting to know what people are saying so that you can keep the note. So your own contribution, many times you skip it because you are trying to articulate what someone has said and write it down, and you miss out on your own contribution. However, with AI now, you don't need to bother yourself. AI will take notes. You can implement AI. Like in this meeting we are having now, we can implement AI, and AI will be taking the note of everything. In other fact, Google has this account. At the end of this, if I want this transcription as it is, everything I said, it will bring the transcription out. If I want all the key points, it will bring out the key point by the time this video is over. All right? So you see, even in taking notes, AI makes it better. And now you can gather all those things and you talk about what is the next step. You can create, even we are at the level of what is called agentic AI. At the level of agentic AI, what happens is you can set up AI to do all the work for you while you are out there doing the other work that only you as a pharmacist can do. All those things that take a lot of time, the documentation and all those things, AI takes care of it. That's the level we are. Many of us don't really know this capacity that AI has, so we tend to begin to say, no, you should not bring it in. Why should you bring in AI? People I know that some people, again, they just feel that they have suffered. Why should other people not suffer? Okay, so that's for AI. We have seen it. Very, very excellent tool. However, there's a part that you as a pharmacist is better than any form of AI. Number one, clinical judgment. Even though AI can analyze drug interaction, it can analyze contraindications, it can put things together. At the end of the day, you are the one that has the final judgment. Because sometimes you are seeing the patient, from seeing the patient, you can tell one or two things that AI did not know about as of that time. So you see, the clinical judgment lies with you. The empathy. Even if AI says talk with empathy, that empathy that you need to talk is yours to do. So the clinical judgment, the critical thinking, everything lies with you as a pharmacist. You do that better than AI. AI doesn't have those kind of feelings and emotions. Okay? Then the ethical oversight. There's a level to which you use these tools. I am a proponent of ethical use or responsible use of AI. In actual fact, my PhD is in that area, responsible value creation. One of the things I'm working on, that I'm going to work on. Okay? So ethical oversight lies on you. In the AI-powered pharmacy program, one thing that we always emphasize in every lesson that we teach is, at the end of the day, you need to be sure that the information you are getting for AI is correct. You see, your clinical judgment comes in, your knowledge comes in, your domain expertise also comes in. You need to verify that that information is correct. You also need to be careful which information you give to AI. You don't give a patient's information. You don't give something, that's confidentiality. You also need to do it with AI. Even though it is not human, you can put information available to everybody and it could cause a problem. Then the contextual decision making lies with you. AI can give you advice, can tell you, as a result of this and this and this, this is what you need to do. Of course, it has come up with the pattern. Maybe there are some things that AI didn't know about that you know it could help you with your decision making. Because AI improves your decision making capacity, but the final decision making lies with you. The leadership. AI can tell you how to deal with different kind of behavior, but you are the person that is encountering these people, and you know can guide you with information. Just recently, I started to reinvent my business. I started creating a new brand blueprint for myself. In actual fact, what I was creating now is much better than whatever I've created before. More voluminous, and do several different areas. But at the end of the day, I tell it what I want. I tell it what I want. I put myself into it. I take control over which direction the thing is going. It can suggest based on this and this is what you need to do. I said, no, that's not where I want to go. This is where I want to go. And we work together and we are getting there. So you see, you give the leadership, even to the people and to the process. Okay? And of course, human interaction is very key. Again, that's why a man and machine interact. How do we behave with each other? You don't give control to the machine. You take control. You decide what happens with the machine. By the way, AI is just a machine. It's just program, just mathematics. Probability that we did in maybe secondary school or so. That's what is used here, probability. So you cannot allow probability to take control over what you have. So you see, AI is here to help. So, and what will make it work is when each person knows his boundary. AI knows his boundary, or you know AI's boundary and keep it at that, and you as human know your boundary and keep yourself at that. This is very, very critical. So many people don't really understand this, and they throw out the baby with the bathing water. We shouldn't do that. AI can help us a lot, and we're going to see them in practical terms today as we do demonstration. Okay, so the question we are going to answer at the end of this is, what practical AI skills do pharmacists need to become more productive, more valuable, and even more effective leaders in a rapidly changing healthcare system? Now, some of these things that we are going to share with you are already happening in other clients. They're already happening in other clients. AI is already attending to patients in some other places, in some areas. You can use AI for mentoring. So before I went to speak at ACPN program, I developed a tool. By the way, I don't know a program, I'm not a code, I don't know anything. I use AI to develop a tool. And what is that tool? The tool is to interact with patients in relation to their disease condition. But definitely in this case, I'm not looking at the clinical part, we are looking at the especially dispensing part of follow-up, actually. Getting them to take their drugs, getting them to follow the rules or the instructions that have been given to them in relation to their condition and their drugs and everything. Okay, it's changing. So if you introduce it, and some people look at it, this is strange, but those things are already happening. MTM is a big issue that AI is taking control of in advanced communities. So some of us are just encountering some of these things, and this thing has been there for long. I used to tell a lot of people say, AI just came. AI didn't just come. AI has been there since the 50s. Many people don't know. I mean, even Google that you use for many years is an AI tool. Google is a librarian, simulating what humans do. A librarian can tell you where all books are. Google will tell you where all the information is. Okay? So that is human. So that is a machine simulating what humans do. We are typing and we do autocorrect. Right? Those things that what AI does, which are what humans also do. So we have been using AI for long. It's just that generative AI made AI available to everybody, and now we are able to use it to everybody at different level, as it were. Okay? So now there are 7 different pharmacy roles we are going to look at. And we'll also do demonstration in them, but I'm not doing demonstration now. I'm going to do it at the end so that we'll put them together, follow each other. I don't want us to be jumping. We'll come from slide, we'll go to screen, we'll come back again like that. So let's look at practically in different areas, how can AI help us in clinical practice? Because this is our major and our primary goal as pharmacists. Our primary goal is clinical. Our medical care is clinical. even dispensing is also clinical to a great extent. All those things that we do that is responsible for helping the managing the disease condition of our patient is clinical. The advice we give, the looking out for drug interaction, looking out for contraindication and side effects and adverse drug interaction and all those things, they fall under clinical. So how can AI help you as a pharmacist? AI can help you with drug information support. It can help you get access to drug information as quickly as you need to. Okay? It can also help you with creating counseling materials. Counseling is one of our key roles. Now, you see, when you counsel, we know a lot of these things. You know, okay, let's understand something. As humans, whatever we do is as a result of what we can remember. And of course, when we do it quite often, we get to have them very, very quickly come up when we need it. But the long and short of it is, a lot of times we are not able to remember everything. So we counsel, but you are not able to give them all the information. I'm sure it has happened to you one time or another. A patient left and you just remember, I didn't tell this patient this. And that you didn't tell this patient was very important. It's a very important information. So we are human. So with AI, you can get these materials quickly. So you can prepare them and get them out. I mean, like you can be on your system and you are talking to the patient, you can just type one or two things, or you can create your own tool that you can use voice. And now AI also has voice functionality. You use voice and it gets you the information. So it becomes a point. It doesn't take over the counseling, but it gives you points quickly that you can use for the counseling session that will not take you much of your time. So you don't need to go to consult with official books, right? To get this information that you may need. With AI, you can get it quickly. That's what it does. It brings it for you. It does not take over the counseling. It also helps you medication reviews rather. You can have 3, 4, maybe a patient on polypharmacy, and you can see 1 or 2 things are interacting with each other. Then apart from the drug interacting with each other, you're also looking at drug enzyme interaction. When we look at cytochrome 50 or 450 or something like that, I want to look at this drug will affect that enzyme, and that enzyme will affect this drug, and whatever. All those things, you need to think about them right there on your feet. Okay? Then you need to look at this patient, maybe it's a renal patient, or it's heart failure, a cardiac failure, heart failure or whatever. You want to combine all those things together. And sometimes it can be overwhelming, depending on how many drugs this patient has. With AI, you can get those quickly out for you, then you can make your judgment as quickly as possible. So AI helps you get this information at your fingertip rather than you struggling to think and recall from your brain or opening an official book to begin to search for it. AI can bring those things quickly to you for you to see. Then pharmacovigilance, what are the clinical summaries? Pharmacovigilance also. We know pharmacovigilance is you can even you can use AI to predict likelihood of adverse drug reaction so that it doesn't even happen in the first place. You can use AI to predict adverse drug reaction happening so that it doesn't happen at all in the first place. I'm going to do a demonstration because I have some, and I'm going to share the link with you. You can go practice by yourself to see the result it gives you. pharmacymba.com/AHAPN. AHAPN. Okay, I'm going to share that with us subsequently. We'll go and do our practice. I shared one with ACPN members when we did pharmacymba.com/demo when I spoke at your conference. So another area is hospital administration. Now, every platform I have a opportunity of talking, I tell pharmacists that I'm not a subscriber to this proud statement that will make that I am the expert on drugs. Perhaps somebody will check with, okay, if I'm not expert on drugs, what are we? Of course, we are expert on drugs, but I'm just saying, if you keep saying you are the expert on drugs, you are limiting yourself to an area. You are more than an expert on drugs. You are an expert on drugs and medicines. You are also expert on health. And you are also expert on healthcare. And because we handle a lot of commodity, we have become experts on supply chain. Because we lead people, we are also experts on leadership, health management, and all those things. So, and I give you an example. So when you studied pharmacy, and we're talking about management of disease condition, one of the things we'll talk about is therapeutic management and non-therapeutic management, of pharmacological management and non-pharmacological management. Those non-pharmacological, are they drugs? They are not. Are they medications? They are not. So why do you now say I'm an expert on drug and stay on one side when you are expert on a lot more things? So, and because we say we are expert on drugs, many times, anytime you need to be innovative, you are only innovative in one side, drugs. In 2014, when I started pharmacymba.com, and I was doing an interview, I actually did a survey, and I asked questions. Somebody challenged me in the survey, why are you saying pharmacy should go online? As of that time, what I was selling is pharmacy should go online. Stop staying in your premises only. Stop staying in your cubicles. Go online. Your knowledge can serve a lot more people. Somebody was challenging me. Why do you want pharmacists to go online? That's the response the person gave in the survey. Today, I mean, a lot of pharmacists are online. I in the class, in the AI power pharmacy, I say if everybody in that class goes online, we still don't have space for. We still have so many spaces, just a drop in the ocean. Because there's a lot we can do out there. So I digress, because I want to emphasize that we are more than expert on drugs. We are expert on a lot of things. Okay? All right. So how can AI help you with hospital administration? It can help you write reports. You can give it just a draft. What happened? Just simple drafts. AI will write a report for you. Clean report. I created a tool also. I keep saying I created a tool, and that's what I'm thinking we teach in the AI powered program. You see, there are a lot of problems that you have, or you are facing, some challenges you are facing, that you are expecting can somebody build a tool, or if there's a tool that can do this. Today, you don't need to say if there's a tool. You go to AI and say, I want this tool. How do I build it with you? And you can build it. Many of the problems or challenges that we have as pharmacists in our practices, especially for the non-clinical area, even for clinical anyway, but for non-clinical area, you can solve the problem now with AI. You can create your tool that you use within your organization. Whether for, what's it called? Inventory management, for even to, let's assume there's a theft, there's incidents of theft. You can work with AI to come up with a system that will detect theft and know who is responsible. I tell my students, I say, you are limited by your imagination. What you get from AI is limited by your imagination, not by your skill. Give it to it. If you don't have the skill, but at least you know that this thing can be done, then you look for the skill somewhere. And with AI, you can build a lot of things. So I built a tool that all you need to do is put the summary, just details of what you have done. So it was a sample, but if you are building one, you build it in line with the kind of report that you write. So you create a report, a tool for report, instant report, that's what I call it. So you input information about it, then you click generate. In seconds, your report is ready. So you can go to the field, come back and write a report without staying all night because you need to submit a report tomorrow. That's AI helping you with report. It can also help you with SOPs. When we are doing the session beyond pharmacy with ACPN after the conference last Wednesday, yes, we prompted AI and said, give us the possible SOPs we can have in our pharmacy. And he gave us, I think, about 120. Then he narrowed it down to about 20 that are essential for us. By the way, how many of you have SOPs? And if you have to create SOPs, what does it take? I work in supply chain. I work with the Ministry of Health. One was supposed to create the SOP for DRF. We gathered in Zaria. We stayed, I think, 4 days or 5 days. We stayed 5 days, about 35 of us, brainstorming to come up with it. That's the work that AI can do. Then humans can just go through it and correct it, and it will still be all right. But we spend that time in Zaria. After that time, we went to Abuja, even with a larger number of people. I know Abuja is more expensive. We stay at Corinthians. Corinthians is, I think, when I signed, how much did I sign? 400 or something, 700, so I can't remember. These are things that AI can just do for you. So as a pharmacist, maybe in your small practice, your premise, I mean, maybe in the hospital, anywhere, you can do this SOPs and create for yourself, go through it, correct it, 1 or 2 things, and you have something that everybody could use. And what does SOP helps do in your organization? It creates professionalism. Everybody needs to do things properly. I was talking to for community pharmacists, and I mentioned that there are some of your staff in the community pharmacy that when patients come, all of them gravitate towards that person. Why is it that it's only that person that people go to? Sometimes when they come and that person is not on duty, they go back until that person comes, they come back. Or they go to another place to get it. There's something that person is doing. If you study the person, you can retrieve that information, use the full information and train others, and everybody's at par. Somebody could be in your organization. Well, that's why conditional memory or knowledge. There are people that information about that organization is in their head. When they retire, they go with it. My DPS just retired this year, a few months ago. That man is a moving encyclopedia. Knows a lot of things when you come to all these things. But everything is with him in his house. How much of it do we have documented? With AI, you can pick all those things from people's brain. And we did it in the AI-powered pharmacy program to create strategy to get out all those information so that it will remain in the institution. When the person goes, knowledge does not go with him. Those are different ways that AI can help you. Your minutes for the meeting, I mentioned it, AI can help you. You can create KPIs. You can even do strategy plans. Strategy plan, you can use AI for this. You can even use AI to do staff scheduling. There are times that I was reading on Twitter sometimes, and they say you are talking about the confidence of Gen Z. So somebody, he observed that some duties are lopsided. Some people are getting due serious duty, others are not getting. Perhaps the person that's even doing the schedule does not even know that that's what is happening. With AI, you can do a schedule that everybody is equally represented, even if you want to do it for 10 years. Okay? And of course, quality improvement. You can do all those things. The other about regulatory affairs. You are expected to meet a particular guideline or comply to a particular guideline. Okay? There are guidelines that have also been released by NAFDAC, by SON, if you deal with your organization, by PCN and so on, NDLA and so on. You can use AI to study them, understand them, and see where you stand with them. You can also use AI to draft your own policy. Nobody says you cannot draft a policy even in your premises, even if you're in your hospital pharmacy, you can draft policy that works in your own pharmacy. You can use it if you are expecting an inspection from anywhere. Maybe you don't even know what they are going to ask you for. Maybe they are coming from Abuja and you don't know what they are going to ask for. You can use AI to preempt it. You can use AI to preempt it. You can use AI to do literature review, regulatory intelligence, public communication. You can use AI in all those things. So even if you're in regulatory, AI can also help you. It doesn't have to be in your hospital, it doesn't have to be in community pharmacy or anywhere. Even if you're in regulatory, AI can help you do better. There's somebody that is in one of the regulatory organizations, and we chatted, and we were looking, we are going to do a study. And in the course of our discussion, we was asking, how can AI help make this thing faster? And I shared the idea with her. She's also a member of my class. We shared the idea with her. She developed it. Recently, I saw the survey out there that is going around. People are feeling it. Some of the things that we discussed are in that survey. But guess what? That survey is meeting the need of the organization. It's not that the person is less intelligent, but there are some things, some areas that they may not be looking at, and AI can bring it to their focus. Oh, you're not looking at this area. It's just a tool that will help you. So it doesn't matter which level you are. It doesn't matter where you work. It doesn't matter whether you are in leadership or you are in the foot soldiers. AI can help you in all these areas. Okay? Another area that AI can help is public health. We do outreaches. Maybe on World Pharmacists Day, World AIDS Day, what's this one, International Day for this and this and this. You do outreaches. Those are public health activities. You do no smoking or stop smoking campaign. You do hand washing campaign, all those things. AI can help you create appropriate programs relating to the people you want to see. And you don't even need to do a meeting of 20 hours. So if you want to do an outreach, okay, it's a World Pharmacists Day is coming, we want to do an outreach, we want to form a committee, you create a committee of 7 people, they now say, okay, let us meet next week Friday. And now they gather next week Friday, and they begin to brainstorm. One person can come up with all the plans. When they meet, their meeting is to modify it and approve. They don't have to meet 20 times. So after that meeting, the next thing is for them to begin to implement. And even the implementation, AI can help them with it. Many of us don't know this capacity that AI has. We just say AI is for writing Facebook posts, or AI is for writing letters, email, or you use like Google AI. What is the interaction between this and this? Yes, those are useful things, but AI is more useful than that. They are limiting ourselves one way or another. Okay, AI can help with data interpretation. You can have a large amount of data, and AI can help you interpret it. In our class during the AI powered pharmacy program, we got a tool about 38,004 rows. 38,004 rows, yes. We used it in our practical and see the information that AI is bringing out from that humongous amount of data. AI can help you with data interpretation, and we collect a lot of data in public health. I'm in LMCU, and in that our office, we have so much data, we use it for nothing. You can use that data even for research. Okay, you can use that data even for research. So AI can help you. AI can help you surveillance summary, then grant. 2 weeks ago, that's what we taught in the AI-powered pharmacy program. We taught how to write grants. I am a grant winner. I say it not to boast, but to say I'll be favored. I want you win 10 million naira to do popcorn business. I got 5.5 million naira. I got 5,000. I have my students who have also won this amount of money. I got a funding from government for 3.49 million. That was a loan, not a grant. But I got free money, 10 million, 5.5, $5,000. And I'm still going for more. Recently, I applied for $100,000. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. Although I know I was not going to get it, because the area I try to key in is talking towards women, but my program is not for women, it's general. Okay, and interestingly, one of the ideas that won, when I was teaching website design, not even for the AI-powered pharmacy class, in my AI Mastery Academy, when I was teaching, what's it called, website design, that is the example I used. The Nigerian organization is called Nurse Paddy, and what does it do? It helps nurses prepare for their council exams. That's what that website does. And we created Nurse Pass. That's what we called it in my practice. For those of you that will join our class, you encounter it when you are going through our course materials. That one is to help you pass NPLEX. That is the foreign nursing exams and whatever. So imagine that I created it myself that time. Maybe I will have won this money that I was talking about. Okay, but money is available for public health activities, health. Money is available for business. Money is available for a lot of things. Do you even know the money exists? And even if you know, do you have ideas that will win? Even if you have ideas that will win, do you know how to package it? With AI, you can get this thing done. And those money I said I won, I used my brain. I had to sit down for days to come up with it. Today, all those things that will take me days, I can do it in a short amount of time. You need to go to Google, search for data, research everything. Today, with Perplexity, you can get research data from anywhere. It makes your work faster for you. You're not cheating. You actually, the same method that you have used to search for website, Perplexity will go search for those websites and present them to you. It's left for you now to use it. Okay? Then you can also use AI for monitoring evaluation. I created a tool too for monitoring evaluation. By the time I'm going to sell this my tool, I will become Nangote. All right, so research. I mentioned it earlier. AI can help you with literature review. I mentioned it earlier. It can also help you with literature synthesis. You can help you to design your study. After I came back from apps, one of the pharmacists, we had a discussion group. So we got on Zoom. So she shared a topic with me and said, this is the topic she wants to work on. So how can AI help? The first thing we did is to analyze the topic, whether the topic is good enough, whether it's properly packaged. We had to modify it, and AI came up with something that she was very satisfied with. So you see, it did not give, it can even give you topics. But see, you have an idea. AI can help you go through your research. So I am not the kind of teacher that will tell you, bring the topic and tell AI, oh yeah, do this whatever for me from A to Z. No, that is not research. What I teach is ethical use of AI, responsible use of AI. So you work with AI to go through your research, not that AI takes off the work from you. So see what I said about the topic. You come up with topic. When you get a topic, you go to your supervisor. This is the topic I have. Your supervisor will analyze it or criticize and say, no, it's not like this. This is the why this is not work. This is why this is not work. What you are just doing with AI, you are replacing your supervisor with AI. So AI critique it. My wife is doing a study. We both did MPhil. So she's doing thesis. She's working on her thesis. To get to see her supervisor takes time. When she goes to see the supervisor is so busy, you say, okay, bring it. I will talk to you later. It might take a week or two before that. But imagine that you are doing it with AI. It analyzes it. You argue with it. No, this is what I mean and whatever. And you come up with something. You have solved that problem. When you go to see your supervisor, even when your supervisor is criticizing it, you have a reason for how you arrive at that. And you may get to understand it. Have you not solved the problem? It can help you study design. It can help you search for papers. It can help you bring out. So we have a course. I've not actually packaged it. We have a complete course on how to use AI for research. Okay? AI can help you with data analysis. We mentioned that. It can help you with drafting your manuscript. And now when I mean drafting manuscript, I'm talking about improving on what you have written. You can use for grant proposals again. You can also use for research dissemination. See this slide that you are seeing. Don't you see how beautiful it is? There's one of my students that needed to present a poster. And we used AI to put things together. If I had joined her and worked more on it, we'll have come up exactly what she wants. I didn't have time to help her do. But what the draft I brought for her almost said everything about the research just to do a poster. In a AHAPN program, we do poster presentation, and somebody has to struggle to come up with a poster. AI can create that poster for you and put everything in proper position. There's nothing wrong in creating a poster that meets the requirement of what it is. After all, some of you use Photoshop, CorelDRAW, and the rest to achieve the goal. Okay? Now, supply chain, that's my area. AI can help you with demand forecasting. I mentioned earlier that as a pharmacy, hospital pharmacy, or community pharmacy, or whatever it is that you are practicing, how do you do a refill or resupply? Do you just feel, amoxicillin moves a lot, let's buy amoxicillin. Anti-malaria by 24 moves more than by 18, let's buy that. No, that's not how to plan properly. During the AHAPN conference, somebody said something that they went through their data, they analyzed it and said, which commodity have they not sold even a single piece in the last 1 year? And all the goods that they were able to see was worth over 200 million naira in their chain of pharmacy. AI can do that analysis for you very often. You don't even need to ask. So instead of you piling things, it will tell you pattern. And you know what to buy in large quantity and what to buy in smaller quantity. You can even give information about seasonality and everything, and it will put those things into consideration. So instead of you sitting and doing calculation, AI can do that thing for you and give it to you quickly. Okay? It can help you with ABC, and that's always better control, as well as VEN analysis, consumption trend analysis, procurement planning. In choosing your supplier, if you give the AI the proper information, you can choose your supplier properly. AI can help you with that. It can also generate dashboard for you. I showed us dashboard when we were doing one of our sessions that I created. It's just, some of them are just for demonstration. But when you sit down and put the right information, you can create what you can use for yourself. So leadership, I mentioned leadership earlier. You can help you with decision briefs, strategy planning, stakeholder communication, performance reviews, change management. So these are the areas in which AI can help you. Senses that you need to develop for AI. I'm not going to talk too much about them. There are 10 of them. Okay? We have AI literacy. So you need to know about AI. What we are doing now is part of AI literacy. Now you know about AI, right? You know what it can do. That's literacy. You are getting to know what are the tools. Unfortunately, we're not doing plenty of tools in this study. Prompt design. How do you talk to AI? I used to give this example. I say a mother tells a child, go and bring a cup of water for me from the kitchen. The child, innocent child, 5 years. He goes in, brings a cup of water and say, Mommy, where do I keep it? And like a normal African mother, he say, put it on my head now. The child doesn't know that the mother is being sarcastic. Doesn't know sarcasm. And what the child does, put the cup of water on the mother's head. And I'm sure you know what happens next. That's garbage in, garbage out. The child is not wrong. The mother was the one that is wrong. Or is the one that was wrong. Because he said, put it on my head, and the child obeyed. The child obeyed. Put it on my head. The child obeyed and put it on the head. Now the child is suffering as a consequence of instruction that he follows. The same thing happened with AI. So many people have used AI. Say AI is robotic. AI is robotic. Yesterday I did a webinar and I was showing people flyers that are designed using AI. None of them look as if you used AI to design it. I'm sure many of you have seen the common flyers that AI designed. If I show you, you see things that AI have designed, you will say, wow, beautiful. I didn't know Corel Draw, I don't know Photoshop. I use AI. Some of them ChatGPT, some of them Gemini, banana. Okay? So critical evaluation of AI outputs is a skill. Remember I said your judgment has to be there. Your judgment. That is critical evaluation of AI output. AI will give you results. It doesn't mean that it's all in all. Treat everything that AI gives you as a draft. I've written books with AI, but I see them as a draft. When I go through them, I put correction. I mentioned sometimes that at a time, AI gave me a information and says, exercise 75 minutes twice a week. And I said, no. What we thought is 30 minutes 5 times a week. So I was doing my human judgment. But when I went to research and I saw that you can do 75 minutes twice, you can do 50 minutes twice, you can do 30 minutes 5 times. So I learned also to know that, and that's why I'm sharing it. Okay? So data analysis, you need to know data analysis, what it is, then you can use AI to do it. Because you need to know AI for communication, you need to know how to use AI for research. You need to use AI to build workflow automation. Workflow automation, some work you don't need to sit down and do it. AI will do it for you. So let me give an example of automation. And that's something that also happened in agentic AI. So you like to update yourself with the latest information regarding, let's say, hypertension. Let's say that's your area. You are a cardiology pharmacy, or I don't know what they call that specialty again. All right. So you want to update yourself with hypertension or things around cardiology. And you can send AI and say, every morning, search the internet, tell me what the latest information that comes from on this particular subject. Ordinarily, what you are supposed to do every morning, you open your Google and search for that information. But once you set up that workflow automation, I'm just giving that one as an example. It will be delivered every morning. I receive all those information on AI. Gives me 3 information, 3 innovations, 3 new things, 3 news on AI. Some of them I use it to write posts. Okay, that's auto. So the work that you are supposed to go and do it and give it to you. All right, that's automation. The ethics and governance, very, very important. Pharmacy is controlled by ethics. So you need to know the ethics of pharmacy and you need to control what AI gives you. Also, governance, digital governance, you need to understand that. You also need to understand digital leadership. And of course, you have to be continually learning. What can they tell us? There are a lot they can tell you. I've seen many people come into my class and say, I thought I knew ChatGPT. I thought I knew AI. But this your classes, I've never started. That is open mind. Even me, I keep buying courses. Last night, I attended a course that I finished my webinar around 10 o'clock. Then there's another program that was supposed to be 7 p.m. their own time, 12 midnight our time. I was awake till past 2 before I slept because I was learning. There are times I woke up 1 o'clock to learn something. I was awake 1 o'clock till 6 a.m. because the person is in Singapore and their time aligned that way. So I have to wake up in the dead of night to learn. So you also need to learn continuously. There are many of us, since we finished pharmacy school, I've not read any plenty of academic things. That should not be what we should be doing. Okay. So I'm not going to go through this. I've actually discussed all this already. Okay. So what's the roadmap to getting ready? Skills. You need to build AI skills. See, it doesn't matter what you feel about AI. AI has come to stay. It doesn't matter what you feel. With due respect, it doesn't matter what you feel about AI. AI has got to stay, has come to stay. When calculator was introduced, I'm sure you know that many people, even if maybe if you are not dead as of that time, at least you read. Many people are against calculator. People will become dull. People will not be intelligent. Today, do you even think twice to use calculator? That's how AI is going. AI will just be like a calculator in the future. And if you are not with it, see, many of our senior pharmacists, they don't know how to use computer. Many of them don't know how to use computer. And they're backward. There are a lot of opportunities they are missing out because they don't know how to use computer. You didn't build the skill. So you don't want to be like that in this AI era. You need to learn that skill so that you can build it. You need to learn the skill so that you can build it. So that's the first thing you need to do, build the skill. Then the next one is integration into the multidisciplinary team while maintaining human oversight. As a person, you look at it, but you bring it in. Let it take you don't need to start everything at once. You start gradually. Let's start with this one, maybe patient information, creating flyers, creating patient education materials and everything. Then the next time, so let's try with the drug-drug interaction. Then let's try with this one. Gradually, then you move in. I'm not asking you tomorrow when you get to the office, everything changes with AI. No. First, even you need to learn the skill. Okay? Then you build systems. You develop governance, you develop policies, you develop workflows. I keep telling you, I build a tool. I didn't start building a tool the first time I started using AI. It's now that my competency has grown to that level, I keep building a tool. I build website, I build web apps and stuff like that. See, even this thing, I used to use Gamma, but now I don't use Gamma, I use this. You get it, okay? Before we come here, let's do a little demonstration. I think we are capturing. So I'll open one of the tools or two. I won't be able to do much. I'll just pick one or two things. I'm going to share the link with you, right? I'm going to share the link with you so that you can go ahead and do the demo by yourself. I'll open, here's Perplexity. Then here is Gemini. Okay. So, and this is I'm going to share this with you. Okay. I'm going to share this with you so that you can, there are, how many? Very few. When I'm sharing it, I'll share that of ACPN also. But that of ACPN has more, what's it called? Prompts. This one just a few prompts. Okay. So explore open. Good. So let's just do one or two before we just go to conclusion. See, it's simple. I created this also. So all you need to do, just click on this copy to copy. Guys. Let me tell you something. I started before I copied. Okay. That's when the Cyber Cafe was open in ABU. So we were staying after the session because we wanted to do pharmacy management. Professor Eti Mora was the one that was taking us. So it's when during the break that he asked time and he came to. So we stayed for, is it 3 weeks or 4 weeks? Those are the time that I had time to go to cafe. And I will open like 20, 30 tabs and it will freeze. They will do it. That's the first time. Some of us younger pharmacists, you started from your secondary school. I don't know all those background. I don't have it. So I'm a normal pharmacist like most people, no background in all those things. But today I'm building this. I built this website you are seeing. And I've built several other websites. And with AI, you build this website in minutes. With AI, you build this website in minutes. Okay? All right, so let's do patient counseling. Let me copy this and see what AI can do for us. Okay, let me demonstrate what I thought. So I'll just paste this one here and ask it to go. So let me read. It says, create a patient counseling handout for a 58-year-old newly diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Just started on metformin 500 milligram twice daily. Include how it works in plain language, when to take it, 4 common side effects, and what to do about each, 3 warning signs that need urgent medical attention, and 2 lifestyle tips. Format it as a 1-page handout with clear heading and heading a patient could read at a glance. I'm telling you, this is going to create, a document for, oh, he has created a document. You see, I've not finished reading it, I has created it. So do you see? Your guide to getting started with metformin 500 milligram. Start metformin. Do you see? All the things we ask you to do, it has done it. How many seconds? So you take this. Maybe you turn it into a PDF and home she reads it. All these things, you may not have time to counsel her. This is not the only thing she has. She has this, she has other things and everything. Okay? But what has happened? With AI, you are creating this. It's not that you don't know it in your head, but with AI, you have created something that reduces your load and you share with the person. You can do summary and you give the person will go into the detail. You see how AI has helped you to do this. Okay? And you can, so let's say you are a copper. Let me use that example. Some of you, when you serve like 20 years ago, let's say when you are a copper, you are serving in Hausa land, the only thing you know is Sanu Dazua, in Azaka, in Akwana. You can say, translate. You can say translate to Igbo, or you can even say translate to Yoruba, right? And to create it. One of my students in the AI Pharmacists program created a flyer in Igbo. She's Igbo herself. She created a flyer in Igbo. So imagine, there are a lot of Igbo that cannot read English, they don't understand English, but they can read Igbo. Many of them are reading Igbo Bible. So imagine you created all those things and you share for them. Public health campaign, or even drug information, or whatever it is you are doing. What are you? You are delivering more service. They'll get to trust you more. Let's even assume you are Hausa and you are serving in Enugu. And you did that and you share it with them. People, you know, everybody will identify with the area. So that will also be the assimilation I'm looking for in Nigeria, right? So you see, it's working on it. You will show it. Okay? All right. So while we are waiting for that to work, let's look for another thing to do. Okay, let's look at this. We'll talk about regulatory, right? I'll talk about guidelines. So let's put it here. I'll paste it. So compare WHO's good distribution practice guideline with NAFDAC storage and distribution requirement for pharmaceutical products. Present the comparison in a table with columns for requirement, WHO position, NAFDAC position, and the gap or alignment note. Okay? 2 different things. We want to compare them so that we can have better understanding. So you see, you are learning. You are using AI to learn. So instead of you reading from beginning to the end, reading from beginning to the end, you are saying, AI, do this work for me quickly. And you do it. Okay? Perhaps network is what is doing. It doesn't matter. But let's go back to our Hausa. Oh, do you see? Even delivered it as a note. Parang amfani da met for me. Don't you want sugar? No ye nabiu. Jagora ku don't fara magani met for me 500 milligram. So biu arana yada yake aiki. Met for me yana taimaka wa ni da insulin yanda ya kamata. Kuma yana gaya wa hanta ka ta rage fitar da sukari cikin jini. So do you see all these things? Sukari means sugar, I think. Okay? So do you see? Elsa man will read this thing and say, oh, Nagani. And Iboma will read one that written and say, ah, now I understand. Thank you. Same Yoruba, I say, do you get it? Sorry, I can't speak Igbo. That's why I couldn't say what. Okay, so do you see? You see how AI is helping us. It makes our work better and faster. Okay? So you can do a lot more. I'm going to leave this with you. I'm going to leave there's a lot you can do. Okay, there's something I will. Okay, give me guide for using salbutamol inhaler for a child. Inhaler, I wrote in here, inhaler for a child. So a parent comes with a child. What came first and what came last? That's the parent. So, and you just felt that many people are not getting the expected response as you wish. Okay, you can create a picture. You don't have to be a graphic designer to do this now. Okay, you don't have to be a graphic designer to do this. AI will create it for you. Aha. Okay. What? What's the limit? I've not used this thing today now. This is wonderful. All right. Let me go here. You know. We'll soon I just want to demonstrate. I could do a lot more things, but you know, we are limited time. The first session is able now, so I'm going to give you this thing. You go and try them yourself. Okay? See, now you're thinking, I'm not asking you, create an infographic. Oh? Let me go back to this other. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, let's take much of our time, right? But what am I driving at? These tools can help make life easy for you. These tools can help you get the best result in what you do, right? It improves your productivity. It improves a lot of things that you do. And I'm not talking about making money. Our week 6, module 6 of AI, week 5 and 6 is money making, creating personal brand and making money. I know how much money. Okay, I said, you know, let me show something. Remember that easy. Then I'll show you something as simple. Okay, I think the network is something. All right. So you can use AI for several things in your practice. Several things in your practice. Okay. So let's continue with our session Okay. So you go and practice with those. I'm going to give you the link. You can copy them and try them by yourself. If you have any questions, please write in the chat. I will answer a few questions in less than 10 minutes. We are out of this place. Okay, in less than 10 minutes, we're out of this place. Okay, so in closing, the future of pharmacy will not be shaped by artificial intelligence alone. It will be shaped by pharmacists who know how to combine professional expertise with AI to improve patient care, strengthen health systems, and lead meaningful transformation. Now, one interesting thing is when you use AI, it increases your capacity and your capability. My area of expertise with AI is helping people build AI capabilities, individuals, organizations, and so on. That's what I specialize in. I help people build capability using AI. When you use AI, your capability increases. I took a picture of that letter. I uploaded it to AI. It broke it down. And all I needed to was what you wanted to correct. That's what I just corrected in it. And that was all. It was ready for printing. We took it somewhere. We printed it. This letter is ready. It has done what you want to do. 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes, everything is done. That's AI increasing your capacity. There was a time that we were supposed to do a training. We are supposed to 3 documents. One is about 70 pages. The other one is 60 something, 50 something. So I was supposed to go through all the documents, pick up what I'm going to use to set up the training. I uploaded the document, not even as capable as this. Then I uploaded to AI. I said, give me 3 days agenda for a training. He gave me 3 days agenda. I said, okay. He gave me all the topics. I said, okay, let us create slides for all this. And he created them. And guess what? Everything was ready. The next day, what we did was to edit it, change 1 or 2 things, because AI was not as capable as now. Today, if I did, it wouldn't change anything. And of course, my own skill was not even as good as I am now. So you see AI, and they might look, how did you do it? Many of them didn't know that it was AI. Although I declared, it's one of ethical use of AI. You should declare what you use, okay? All right. So now that you have known that AI can help you, so what's your next step? What do you need to do next? We mentioned it. Let me go back to this place. We talk here, we say skill. The first one is build skill. Then the next one is what? Integrate AI. Then, of course, build systems. It's step by step. You cannot go to building systems without building skills. You need that skill. Integration will give you idea about what is possible, how it can work. Then when you see it working, then you build a system so that that working will become permanent. So, and that's why we created this AI-powered pharmacist program. It's a 6 weeks practical all-round empowerment for pharmacists. We look at clinical. In week 1, we give you overview of AI, give you what is called prompt engineering, how to talk to AI. We give you how to understand the technology, so that when you are using AI, it will not be like a strange tool. Week 2, we do clinical support. We create flyers. We do counseling. We do drug information. We do a lot of things. Week 3, we do research. Week 3, although basic research, doing community in the industry where I'm controlling a big warehouse, we teach you that. Week 4, we talk about innovations, how to build website, how to create apps, and so on and so forth. Week 5, we talk about personal brand. How can you build yourself to be different? Apropos doctors all over the place collecting millions, no, hundreds of thousands of dollars from donors to promote our doctor, collecting from brands to advertise their product, and being up and down, making money from YouTube, making money from Facebook, and the message you want to pass out there. How can you create a personal brand for you that you'll be people will invite you? I'll be invited to several platforms to speak. Why? Because I've put myself out there as the AI expert. I've spoken at apps. I've spoken at ACPN. I've spoken at ACPN before when I was doing digital marketing. I've spoken at ACPN in Abuja, and I spoke again at ACPN. I spoke at Gombe to YPG. I was supposed to be in Port Harcourt, if not because of whatever I did, I should have been there and delivered this paper. France is inviting me to their business session during their national convention, which is happening in September. Somebody is saying I should also go to the national conference. Several places. I've spoken to engineers, I've spoken in churches, I've spoken to business owners, all because I put myself out there as the AI expert. How can you do that? That's what we treat in module 5, which is week 5. Then week 6, we talk about making money. In week 5, we talk about making money with your personal brand. But week 6, we talk about making money. We talk about applying for grant. We talk about writing business plan. We talk about systems. Then we encapsulate it with your execution plan for the next 90 days. How do you put this thing you have learned in 6 weeks into practice? In actual fact, like our August cohort is starting on Monday. This coming Monday, 16. But guess what? We are saying, what is the if I give you 8 o'clock this evening, tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the evening, you should have a book that's ready to sell. You have a book that's ready to sell. And the book is a combination of yourself and AI. It's not that you just sit down, AI will just write it. You are bringing information, you are putting it there. We'll teach you how to do it, voice prompting and everything, and you get this thing out. And it will speak your mind. The first time we did it, there's a woman, she's in the UK, and it's not because she's in the UK that she does, I'm just giving a description. I delivered the prompts, or the videos, not prompt, video by 9:27. By morning, around 7 o'clock, she has her first draft ready. And guess what? It's a life story. She lost a child. She grew for a long time. When she came through the class and we taught that video, the video was less than 1 hour. Total video, the 4 or 5 videos, less than 1 hour. After she watched the video, she implemented, and everything that was in her mind, she poured it on AI, and AI turned it into a book. My wife also has a book that she has completed. We were married for 15 years before we had our first child. So she's writing the story, I experienced, to encourage other people. She posts her story to AI. AI put it together, synthesize it. Remember, I talked about synthesis. Synthesize it into something that is more organized, more readable. AI will not invent any story of her life. She will put the information there. So this is for you. If you want to empower yourself with AI and move your, this is the MBA course. We could charge high for the course, but we're charging just 22,500 naira. Yeah, it's an optional thing. You don't have to. It's optional. You don't have to. But if you want to build all that thing I'm teaching over 6 weeks, is what I can sell for $2,000 if I was in the abroad. And by the grace of God, I'll be in the abroad and sell to those people, which is better, $2,000 versus 22,500. Now that I have opportunity, learn from it. Learn from a colleague who knows this thing, practices it, and have trained people who are getting results. We have trained over 170 people on using AI in pharmacy. And we didn't start now. We started since last year. Our first set was August last year. Okay. Anniversary, right? So go check this website, Pharmacy MBA. This is very easy to remember. PharmacyMBA.com. I created Pharmacy MBA in 2014 with the intention of helping pharmacists pick digital skill, learn business. Today, it's also helping us with AI. Okay? So what are the takeaway for today? AI is a force multiplier for pharmacists. It's not a replacement. Every pharmacy sector, from clinical to supply chain, already has practical AI use cases. 10 competencies separate pharmacists who benefit from AI from those who are left behind. Skills, synergy, and systems are the 3 pillars of an AI-ready workforce. Are you AI ready? Are you going to be AI ready, or are you going to be left behind? Thank you very much. I hope you have learned something. I hope you have gained something. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. I hope I'll be able to deliver. Woo! We spent a lot of time. I'm happy that many of us must have learned one or two things, right? Okay. So if you have any question, you can unmute. You can unmute and ask. I'll be sharing in the group the what's it called? Links for you to get registered if you want to. But if you have any question, please ask. You can ask as a comment, or you can just unmute and ask.
I have a question.
Please go ahead, sir.
Don't you think that this amount you are charging your colleagues is too high for this course? Can't you consider bringing down the price so that we can learn and get more of the knowledge, as God has given you the opportunity to know it? Don't you think you can decrease the price so more of
that concern? I've been charging this amount of money for a year, and I'm sure within last year and now, you know what has changed, but I didn't change it. It's just 22,500. It's not too much. The value you are going to get, in actual fact, the book you are going to write from Monday, you are going to sell it and get back the money. I'll show you. So I'm to charge 35,000 naira for this, but I'm not charging 35,000. I'm charging 22,500. The last set of people that bought this in November last year paid 27,500. But when I started it afresh again this year, I reduced the money, and it's just 22,500. I think I've done very well. I understand what you raise, but we should also look at it from my side. I'm giving so much, 30 days. I'm showing up. I'm putting a lot of value into it. And I'm sure you also appreciate that the value is something that will be useful to you. 27,500 will not make a difference that will affect you financially. Instead, it's an investment that will help you grow more investment. I assure you 100%. You will love it. You'll be happy that you tell me that the money you paid is too small. I'm telling you 100%. If I don't know if I have some of my participants in the class, maybe you can just come out. Somebody, one from Korede, started creating flyers for our business and said, no more paying 10,000 and 15,000 to graphic designers. If she creates that 3 times, she has gotten back her money. I understand perfectly what you said, but I think people already paid 25,000. This is not the first time I'm offering it. People are in class already. About 10 people are already in class. So they paid 22,500. So now I'm reducing it for some people. No, it won't really fair to those who have already paid. So just try and make it up. I know you gain from it. 100%, I'm sure of that. Thank you for your concern.
Good evening. Okay.
Good evening,
evening. How are you?
Very well,
my own is a question. I have my managers who are not pharmacists. But they are managing the pharmacy. Can they come in for this? I asked earlier that can non-pharmacists come in?
Now, the challenge is when we talk about pharmacy operation, it will be useful to them. When we talk about supply chain, it will be useful to them. When we talk about personal branding, they can use it in areas that, but when we're talking about clinical support and everything, it may not be useful to them. But since you want them to learn part of it that will be useful, we can still register them. You can register them. So the part that has to do with them, they'll pick out of that one and use it for your operations. Okay. Otherwise, everything is tailored at pharmacy, including clinical practice.
That one is, I will do that one. But okay. I wanted to bring in 1 or 2 persons.
Let them come. They will learn the operations. They will learn.
So is the class holding tomorrow?
No, the tomorrow class, not tomorrow, Friday, is the physical class for Kaduna.
It's the physical class for Kaduna that I'm saying that I want to bring people.
The physical class for Kaduna will mostly be targeted more on clinical matters than.
Okay.
We'll do supply chain too. We'll do some pharmacy operations, but I don't know. It's just 2 days class, you know.
Oh, so it's starting on Friday.
It's Friday and Saturday, ma.
Friday and Saturday. Okay.
Yes, ma.
All right.
let's talk after this. No, let's talk tomorrow. Then
Okay.
let me look at I'll look at and see what portion of it will be useful to them.
Okay. It's
All
all right. I may just come in and do my own then. See any of your class that they can enroll.
Okay.
I think it's better that way.
On this one, which is online, because we dwell on a lot of things that is useful at pharmacy level. So you should join the online one. Yes. That one has a lot of things that will be useful for pharmacy management.
Okay.
What do you think? I talk about business system, grant writing, patient education. They can create patient education. You as pharmacist in charge will be the human in the loop. We judge whether what they've created is correct. They can do that. They can do the data analysis and everything. So let them join the online one, which has a lot of things that would benefit running pharmacy.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Good night. And well done.
Yes.
For all you do for us. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So who has any question again?
Yes, I have a question.
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, I've registered and you said people should show evidence. So where do you want us to post the receipt? Is it on this platform?
No. On WhatsApp. I post.
I didn't see a number. Okay.
The same post that announced this class.
Okay.
The same number that announced the class. Even in the group, we just post it in the group. I will respond to you.
All right. Thank you.
So my other challenge now will be I have members who are not in the group, but I don't know if there are members that are interested, because I'm the only one AHAP group. Maybe I'll post it there. I'm not in the other AHAP group. So maybe the AHAP group members that are here, if they are interested, they could find a way of reaching out to me, or they could go through the national secretary who knows. Incidentally, it's my namesake and it's also on Discord. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity to speak to pharmacists. Gabriel actually was instrumental for giving me the opportunity to speak to a lot of pharmacists. Just unfortunate I couldn't make it to Port Harcourt, but he has been very helpful. I thank you so much, sir. God bless you. God continue to improve and increase you. So any other question, please? The time is far-fetched. We have gone a lot. It's recorded. I'm going to make it available for those. If you miss anything, no problem. You watch it again. I'll upload it to YouTube so that you can have access to it. I'll also give you the link to Drive if you want to do that. If there are no questions, can we say good night?
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. All right. So thank you very much.
Right.
I appreciate your time. I'm happy that you got value. I'm going to share the link so that you can try those prompts and see what you can get. I will include the prompt from ACPN because that one has like 30, is it 30? About 27 prompts. You can just try them, try your hands, see what AI can do for you. Then come into the class and learn a lot more. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a beautiful night rest. It was sweet talking with you and speaking to you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
You too. Thanks. Bye. Good night.
Yes, ma'am. What's the sharing? Oh, okay. I didn't stop recording. So let me stop recording now.